to speed, and now we're finally gathering some data. And so 30% of those residents have had to relocate their cans on collection day, many across the alley, so we kind of discussed that. And then routes in both the pilot neighborhoods are more efficient. These efficiencies will help fund the switch to automate solid waste collection. Basically, when we're doing this manually, we can pick up only 550 homes per day. If we automate it, we are able to pick up 800 per day. And that's up to industry standards, so we're happy that we were able to meet those numbers and somehow make our routes more efficient. So this is a little crazy map here. If you can just look at the green spots. The green areas are where we pick up for Mondays. The routes are all split up based on how Butte has grown, and Monday is everywhere. So each day there's a little bit, there's sections picked up, and if we can make it more efficient, like our next slide, we can reduce the number of trucks that we're using. So now green has become consolidated. That means we're now only using 4 trucks instead of 5 trucks to pick up the service. And because we can pick up the garbage faster, that means we might have to rezone which day your garbage gets picked up. So some improvements that we'd like to make is potentially suggest McRee Trucking to hire another administrative staff. Just if we go citywide, we want more support. We want more web presence. So maybe, aside from calling us, maybe having people register online for the new renters that move in, offer more of those services for them. We would like to order 10 to 15% more carts. That's something that I overlooked during this pilot program. I didn't order enough. So when we had previously done the study, the majority of people could contain all their garbage with 60 gallons. So I kind of thought that everybody would be able to contain all that garbage with being issued that 95 gallon. But as we moved forward with the pilot program, I had to add additional garbage carts for residents. So some may have a 65, or some may have 2 65 containers. Some may have 65 and a 95 gallon container. So the moral of the story is just to have more, so that we're not really restricting people from, putting stuff in their garbages. We just want everything contained and kept under a lid. The next point is to mark where the carts need to be placed on the street or alley for each resident. So for communication purposes, I think it's going to be a lot easier if we were to mark where the carts are supposed to go on collection day, as well as it would make it easier for us to deliver the carts. So we're all in communication rather than just sending out a letter, and people don't read all the letter, and we get a lot of calls that way. We could possibly use a different type of truck, and again, the arm kind of swings out a little bit, and in the more narrow alleys, we could even make the routes more efficient by using a truck that operates with a rail system to pick up that cart closer to the body of the truck, and then depositing up at the very top. This way, you don't have that swinging out, and you don't have to worry about fixing power lines or somebody's property. And the last point is, again, just maybe suggesting that all residents can receive that 95-gallon solid waste cart. So you have more room for your yard waste, you have more room for those parties or unexpected amounts that you may have once in a while. Alright, so now we'll move into the recycling collection. So the first and third Wednesday of the month, we've been collecting recycling. We haven't had too much practice just because it's only been a couple months since we've done this. But what we've seen is that the process is working pretty well. And it just goes to the AWARE facility. Everything gets baled into a compacted, cube, and then that gets eventually sold to a broker, and that goes to a sorting facility where those companies will make their money at that point. So things that we've learned for the pilot program, specifically just for recycling, is there's an average of 2 tons each month for recyclables, and that's what we kind of guessed right at the beginning. And so McRee's are able to do a great job collecting it because we estimated pretty closely to what we were expecting, and Aware is able to bail everything in 45 minutes. So that amount is going okay, and we're able to collect very clean recyclables. Dave and I have visited other facilities, and they've had a lot of spills everywhere else. And each week here, there are little to no spills at all, so that means everyone's rinsing out their containers. Everybody wants this and wants this program to continue. So we want to make that cost work for people. So all 160 residents are recycling. So we had guessed that 20% of our pilot program would want to recycle. However, there's an additional 8% who want to recycle. So I just kept track of everyone who kept calling me and saying, how do I sign up for this? And they're on my list, but I don't have any more bins. So we have 8% more who do want to participate, and that's really good because we can decrease that airspace in the landfill in the long run. For recycling improvements, we want to offer recycling service to more residents, and we estimate that up to 30% of residents may wish to participate. So again, just making sure we have the right support, we educate everybody in that area, and we provide the services for that 30% if we do go citywide. Right now, we are developing options to finance curbside recycling services. So the unpredictability of the recycling market, we can certainly talk about if you have questions, but we can work on that and then present some sort of a contract for you to look at. So the automated collection will give us this extended life of the landfill. It's going to give us those resources to potentially open up a citywide recycling program. It can give us savings in annual waste collection costs. And so far, we've seen a cleaner city in both regions. And we're excited to kind of see, more improvements throughout the streets. I know you're all on the edge of your seat and getting really antsy about the prices, so here it is. So if we look at comparison with Butte to other cities around us, this is broken down to show us the monthly fees. And this is an estimate based on all of the surveys that I've looked at and then calling different cities. Butte is still the lowest, and we intend to keep it the lowest. We don't really want to increase more than we have to. And I don't think we even have to, just because of the operational costs are going to still be really low.